Hello mathematicians. Today we see one problem from group theory. It is again from previous year CSIR exam. Okay, let me phrase the question. Let G be the group Z2 cross Z3. Okay, then the options are G is isomorphic to S3. G is isomorphic to a subgroup of S4. G is isomorphic to a proper subgroup of S5. G is not isomorphic to a subgroup of Sn for all n greater than or equal to 3. Okay, so this is the question. Now, uh, you can pause this video here and think about one important result from your group theory course, which talks about uh, embedding a group inside a permutation group. So, so can you think of one such statement? For example, like you might have seen a statement like this: every group is isomorphic to a group of permutations. So that is called a Cayley's theorem. Okay, so in group theory, Cayley's theorem states that every group is isomorphic to a group of permutations. That means that every yeah, in case of if you take a finite group, you take a finite group, it can be, yeah, it will be isomorphic to a subgroup of it. It will be isomorphic to subgroup of some permutation group. Okay, if you look at the proof, they will prove that you take any group G, it so this arrow means that it is isomorphic to a subgroup. This arrow means that isomorphic to a subgroup, or we say that G can be embedded into S subscript G. What is F subscript G? We have seen Sn, S subscript N. S subscript G means that set of all bijections from the group G to group G. We are not collecting homomorphism. You just take G as a set, okay, and you consider all possible bijections from the set G to the set G. Okay, if so, that will form a group. That is what we call S subscript G. If you take our set G to be set with elements 1, 2, etc. n, then SG will be actually Sn. Okay. Okay. Then in the Cayley's theorem states that G is subgroup of G can be embedded inside SG, or G is isomorphic to a subgroup of SG. Okay, that is one result from group theory. Now here these options are very much similar to that. G is isomorphic to S3, G is isomorphic to a subgroup of S4 and so on. So let me Cayley's theorem. This statement is. So please look at the proof of Cayley's theorem or just look at the statement at least. Now we solve this problem step by step. Uh, First we understand the group G. So G is direct product of the group Z2 and Z3. Okay. So now Z2 is a cyclic group. Z3 is a cyclic group. Okay. So when so Zn cross, if you consider Zn cross Zm, Zn is cyclic, Zm is cyclic, but Zn cross Zm need not be cyclic. Okay. So product of cyclic groups need not be cyclic. Zn cross Zm is cyclic if and only if the GCD of n comma m equal to 1. Okay, this is a result from group theory. So, for example, here we are looking at Z2 and Z3. So basically n equal to 2 and m equal to 3. Therefore, their GCD is 1. 2 and 3 has GCD 1. So we get Zn cross, we get Z2 cross Z3 is cyclic from this result. But Z2 cross Z3 has order 6. In general, Zn cross Zm has order m into n. Okay, if you take a direct product of two sets, then the cardinality will be product of the sets. So this implies Z2 cross Z3 is isomorphic to actually Z6. Okay, so Z6 is a cyclic group of order 6. Now we just saw Z2 cross Z3 is cyclic group of order 6. Any two cyclic group of same order is isomorphic. Okay, you can just take a generator in one group and you just map it to the generator of the other group, you will get the isomorphism. Okay, so now we have understood that this given G is actually a cyclic group of order 6. Okay, now suppose uh, so you suppose you have a group we have this group G and we have our bigger group. Okay, some say this is our G, it is a cyclic group of order 6. Suppose there is some bigger group G prime and suppose this G is isomorphic to a subgroup inside G prime. Okay, so they say this isomorphism is F and G is isomorphic to a subgroup of G prime under the isomorphism F, then this set is we call F of G, the image. Okay, then G and F of G is isomorphic. Okay, that is what it means to say G is isomorphic to a subgroup of G prime. Okay, so sorry. G is isomorphic to a subgroup of G prime. Okay, G is not isomorphic to G prime, but G is isomorphic to a subgroup of G prime. Now we just saw that G is actually cyclic group of order 6. That means that you can find an element here in the group G whose order is 6, because since G is a cyclic group, it will have a generator, so there the order of the generator will be 6. Now this element will be mapped to say some element here. Okay, by F. Then what is the order of this element? Order of this element has to be, suppose F maps this element to this element, so say we call this element A, then this element is yeah, F of A. Order of F of A, what it should be? It should be 6, because if it is an isomorphism, preserves order. Okay, so if you can embed G inside some group G prime, then inside G prime you should able to find an element of order 6. Okay, so if G prime doesn't have an element of order 6, then inside such groups you cannot embed G. Okay, so that is our idea. So basically now we'll check which of these groups has an element of order 6. Okay, if none of this group has an element of order 6, then you cannot embed the group G into that group. Okay, that is our idea. Hopefully you understand. So if you don't understand, please see the last 5 minutes of this video again. It will be very clear. Okay, let's continue. So we observe that order of the element 1 in any cyclic group, any Zn is n. Why? Because if you take an element k, then its order is equal to n by GCD of k comma n. That is the order. So if you put what is order of 1, if you substitute, order of 1 will be n by GCD of 1 comma n. GCD of 1 comma n will be what is GCD of 1 comma n? It will be 1. So we get n by 1 equal to n. Okay, therefore order of the element 1 is n, therefore 1 is a generator of Zn. Now we want to understand, you take a group G1 and another group G2. Okay, and you look at the product of the groups G1 and G2. Okay, so here the elements are looks like ordered pairs A comma B, where A belongs to G1, B belongs to G2. Okay, we want to understand what is the order of an arbitrary element of G1 cross G2. Okay, so what is order of element of G1 cross G2? So this is one very important exercise. You try it by yourself. Or at least you look for the solution in internet. Try to remember the proof, because in many interviews this question is asked: what is order of xy? Okay, what is order of xy? Order of xy is actually LCM of order of x into order of y. Okay, so it is very important result. So sometimes they ask some S3 cross S4 and they ask about what is the order of this you take this permutation 3 to 1 and in the second coordinate they give a permutation from S4 and now you see, so if you take an element from S3 cross S4, first coordinate will be a 3 cycle will be a permutation of S3, second will be a permutation of S4, and you want to find the order of tuple in which first tuple is a permutation, second tuple is a permutation. Such questions are asked in previous years. Yeah. So how do you find the order? You know how to find the order of one permutation, LCM of product of LCM of uh, disjoint cycle lengths. But when it's come to the ordered pair of permutation, you should use this formula LCM of order of x, order of y. So basically, you have to find the order of this permutation, order of this permutation, whatever this permutation is. Then you have to take the LCM. You will get the order of this this ordered tuple with the first coordinate is also a permutation, second coordinate is also a permutation. Very good. Okay. Also, we have LCM is equal to product by GCD that will be used in the next slide. Okay. So by using this result, we get in Zn cross Zn, order of 1 comma 1 will be equal to LCM of m comma n. Okay, this is a simple exercise. You try to prove it by yourself. Now, since order of 1 comma 1 equal to LCM, now this if 1 comma 1 is a generator of the group Zn cross Zn. Okay, let me write. Okay, so 1 comma 1 is an generator of Zn cross Zn. When it will be a generator? If and only if order of 1 comma 1 has to be an element is a generator if its order has to be the order of the group. Okay, order of the group is m into n. Okay. Now this but we have a formula for order of x comma y. Order of x comma y is LCM of order of x into order of y. Okay, so if and only if we just substitute the formula for order of 1 comma 1, we get LCM of order of 1. Order of 1 is, what is order of first one? So this one, okay, LCM of order of 1 comma order of 1. We want this should be equal to mn if and only if LCM of order of 1 will be, the first one is coming from Zm, so its order is m. Second one is coming from Zn, so its order will be n. We get mn. Okay, so we want LCM to be equal to the product. So if you look at this equality, LCM will be equal to the product only if the denominator m comma n is 1. Okay, so we get if and only if m comma n equal to 1. Okay, so what we have proved is, so in the previous page I said a result, Zn cross Zm is cyclic if and only if nm comma n comma m equal to 1. That is what I said, but now we have proved this result. Okay. For example, if you see, we proved that 1 comma 1 is a generator if and only if GCD of m comma n equal to 1. But 1 comma 1 is a generator means that Zm cross Zn is a cyclic group. So Zm cross Zn is cyclic group if and only if m comma n equal to 1. Okay, let's see why this is required for our problem. Okay, so as I said, to embed, so here we saw that here we saw that our this given G has an element of order 6. To embed G inside another group G prime, that G prime should has an element of order 6. Okay, so we going to check which of these groups has an element of order 6. Okay, that is the idea. For that only we were doing all this work. Let's look at the elements of S3 first. Let's check whether S3 has an element of order 3. So in S3 the elements are of 3 form. It can be a 3 cycle, or it can be a 2 plus 1 cycle, or it can be a 1 cycle, 1 cycle, 1 cycle. Basically, this is the identity element. Every element is fixed. Okay. Now, if it is a 3 cycle, it is order is 3. Okay. If it is a 2 cycle and it's 1 cycle, we have to look at the LCM of length of its disjoint cycle. So, it is a 2 cycle and 1 cycle, its LCM will be 2. Again, it is identity element is order is 1. Okay. So, in S3, there is no element of order 6. If you take an S3, every element is either this form, or this form. These are the only 3 possible elements. So, it should be a 3 cycle or 2 plus 1 cycle or a 1 plus 1 plus 1 cycle. All possible partitions of 3. But in each case, order is 3, 2 and 1. 6 is not a order in S3. Therefore, this group cannot be embedded inside S3. Okay, that is our first observation. So, again, if you understand this problem clearly, you can answer any other question asked in ZM cross ZN also you can answer. And I am saying many results regarding SN also. You can answer question regarding SN also. Okay. So I am trying to give a very detailed solution so that these ideas can be used in different problem also. That is why length of the videos in my channel is a little longer. Okay. So many people think that it's longer, so they are not prefer to watch longer videos. But in one problem, we are giving enough tools to solve 5 other problems at least. That is the idea. Okay, so even though the length of the video is longer, you try to sit and watch it. It will be very helpful for other problems also. Okay, let's look at the group S4. In S4, elements can be a 4 cycle or 3 plus 1 cycle, 2 plus 2 cycle, or all 1 cycles. This is identity element. If it is a 4 cycle, order is 4. If it is a 3 cycle and 1 cycle, LCM of 3 comma 1 is 3. If it is a 2 cycle, 2 cycle, LCM of 2 comma 2 is 2. So again, if it is a for all 1 cycle, it is identity element. So order is 1. So again in S4 also, you don't have any element of order 6. Therefore, G cannot be embedded inside S4. There is no subgroup of S4 isomorphic to our G. Okay. So now let's look at S5. In S5, let's check whether it has an element of order 6. Okay. Okay. Now in S5, the elements are of the form. If it is a 5 cycle, order is 5. If it is a 4 cycle and a single cycle, LCM of 4 comma 1 is 4. Now here come our guy. If it is a 3 cycle and a 2 cycle, then what is LCM of 3 comma 2? It is 6. So indeed S5 has an element of order 6. Okay. So for example, you take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You take this permutation sigma. Okay. So this is a 3 cycle and a 2 cycle. Then you look at the subgroup generated by sigma. Okay. It is so this element has order 6. So this will have one. Uh, I should write little. So then subgroup generated by sigma will have identity element sigma, sigma square, sigma cube, sigma power 4, sigma power 5, sigma power 6 will be identity. Okay. Now we look at G. G is we saw that it is isomorphic to Z6. So in Z6 elements are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So basically you can map it like this. So what happens is you have a S5 here. We have our G. G is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not so we saw that G is isomorphic to Z6. So instead of considering this Z2 cross Z3, I'm using Z6. Now this is our G and this is our full is S5. Inside S5 I have one element sigma of order 6. This is my sigma. Then I look at the subgroup generated by sigma. Okay, so this is my some subgroup of S5 and this is our isomorphism. So okay, so I think I need one more element. Okay, so this is subgroup generated by sigma. Okay, okay, so therefore first option is wrong, second option is wrong, we saw. Now C is isomorphic to a proper subgroup of S5 is correct because there is an element of order 6 inside S5 and the subgroup generated by that element is isomorphic to Z6. Now obviously fourth option is wrong because they are saying G is not isomorphic to a subgroup of Sn for all n greater than or equal to 3. That is not correct. We just saw that it is isomorphic to a subgroup of S5. Therefore fourth option is correct. Okay. Well, this is very interesting problem. I hope you understand it clearly. And yeah, if you have doubts, please let me know in the comment section. Thank you, guys.